policy on the genocide in Gaza, and I think your policy on the genocide in Gaza is terrible.
Try to present as sane for about 30 seconds. You're not going to get anyone further left on the woke stuff than this. He's a walking parody of the left, and he is still not enough because he has a differing opinion on Israel, Palestine. Don't be that version on the right where nothing they do is good enough. They eat their own. Don't eat your own. Scott Wiener, a rep in California. His name is Wiener. He does all the gay stuff. He was at the Folsom Street Fair in the S&M gear. This is a guy who, by the way, made it more difficult for people to find sex offenders because they wanted to protect the queer community. This is a man who made it no longer a felony for people to knowingly infect someone else potentially with an HIV-riddled load. This is San Francisco. This is the guy. Well, guess what? The revolution, they always eat their own because now he's too Jewy to be with the gay folks.
Scott, I think your legislation on trans issues and your legislation specifically protecting queers on the sex offender registry is fantastic.
Wow, praising it.
I really applaud you for that. And I think you deserve to be here for that.
Supporting sex offenders.
But I think your housing policy, and specifically your housing policy aligning with YIMBYs, and I think your policy, and I think your policy on the genocide in Gaza, and I think your policy on the genocide in Gaza is terrible.
Try to present as sane for about 30 seconds.
I think you do not belong here. You do not belong here, Scott, anymore. It sucks.
I hate your bowl cut, bro.
Wonderful. You've been
Is that a bro?
I don't know.
and you've been
Come on, it's Pride Month.
And you've been terrible. You've been terrible. You've been terrible on Gaza. He hates you. You do not belong here anymore, Scott, and it breaks my fucking heart. It breaks my heart. It breaks
Well, that
my
looks
heart.
sane.
That someone who wrote good legislation for queers is so fucking terrible on Gaza. God, I want to support someone who's positive on trans rights, but you're a piece of shit on Gaza. How could you do that? How could you betray queers?
Now, here's the point that I want to make here. You're not going to get anyone further left on the woke stuff than this. He's a walking parody of the left, and he is still not enough because he has a differing opinion on Israel, Palestine. Now, put aside your opinions on that. The right-wing equivalent of this is someone like Donald Trump and this administration doing more on immigration than any other administration in history, to be clear. Doing more on DEI, doing more on government waste. But then you say, you know what, it's not enough because insert Iran. Insert whatever your pet issue is. Don't be that version on the right where nothing they do is good enough. They eat their own. Don't eat your own. Things got even worse for Wiener, by the way. It's a rough day. He got kicked out of a Coldplay concert.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Now, to be clear, he didn't get in trouble for the affair because it's the most decadent, degenerate culture in the world. They all have open relationships.
It's expected, yeah.
He got in trouble because he was at a Coldplay concert.
Hey.
Well, no, it's because they got, Coldplay, they're not woke enough now because I remember they said that we welcome both Israeli people and Palestinian people.
I do remember that.
They devour their own. Do better than them.
I don't understand the comment the guy made. He goes, I can't, how, at the very end, we cut it off. How could you do that to the queers of San Francisco by supporting Palestine?
By supporting Israel to
one,
and by the way,
affect the queers of San Francisco, and two, they don't allow queers in Palestine.
Yeah. So who do you think is going to replace him? This is what we see with the left. Everything okay, Josh? You look a little down.
Sorry, my wife said we need to take a break.
It's a prairie dog that's doing something untoward.
Yeah, that's really funny. My wife said we need to take a break. So sorry, I'm not really laughing a lot right now.
I'm sorry. That probably seemed really thoughtless of me right now. Probably should have been taking your foundation.
What? How is taking a multivitamin gonna help taking my wife back. How does that even make sense?
Think of it this way, right? You take foundation, it's clinically proven with clinical ingredients, we lab tested, right? You'll have better overall health. And then one of the clinically tested ingredients that's in there is garlic, which improves cardiovascular health and blood flow, including.
Whoa!
And so then you wouldn't have any. You'd feel better, and she wouldn't be so disappointed.
No, that's not the problem. I am excellent in that department.
That's not what I hear, Casanova.
What did you hear?
I heard, frankly, that you were an imprudent lover.
I don't even know what imprudent means, so that's not even possible.
It has to be bridled aggression. It has to be, you have to. It has to seem like you have a stick-to-itiveness, but also safe.
Is that what you do?
No, I'm incredibly lonely. But the garlic will help with the libido issues and the blood flow. If you take it every day, the foundation daily, get 40% off, then you just feel better overall. And, whether it's your wife or the next one where you try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Proven science, zero secrets. That's your foundation. Visit foundationdaily.com today. Subscribe, save 40% off for life.
Let me see that video.
And fuck Josh's wife. What?
Let me see that video.
By the way, we are live weekdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. We're going to give you all the references. We're about to go through this. We do it every show. Click the link. Every day, weekdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. We want you to call us to the mat on these. I want you to watch that one thing again. When I say this man is as far left socially as humanly possible, remember, that agitator, you may not realize what they're discussing. We did a segment on this years ago. Praising Wiener. In other words, here's the carrot, here's the stick. I love that you protect sex offenders. The stick is, but the Jews. Here.
I think your legislation on trans issues and your legislation specifically protecting queers on the sex offender registry is fantastic. I really applaud you for that, and I think you deserve to be here for that.
Now, if you're new here and you may not understand the depth of depravity with that. So that's Wiener's SB 145. Piece of legislation there that ended mandatory sex offender registration if the victim was over 14 years old.
Wow.
The adult can be up to 10 years older than the minor. Avoid having to register. There's a lot more to it. It was all done under the guise of, the thing is, there's a good amount of queers, of LGBTQ, queer, trans, whatever people, and they could become a target. So let's put the population at risk and allow these people to continue to conceal their identity. Here are some other things that he's done. I told you about this before. He actually reduced the penalty for knowingly transmitting HIV to someone without disclosing it. It used to be a felony, rightfully so. That's biological warfare. He reduced it to a misdemeanor.
Wow.
Can anyone make the argument I've heard is, well, your HIV load may be so low that it's basically not something that can be transmitted. Who cares? It's AIDS. Err on the side of caution when banging strangers.
You're also forgetting the other argument. Condoms are uncomfortable.
Right, exactly right.
That's true.
And you know what else you're seeing too with the PrEP pill is you're seeing all kinds of other STDs, STIs make a comeback in the gay community. Yeah. Why? Because we can't really get HIV, we can't really get AIDS.
Who cares about everything else?
Who cares about everything else? There are other viruses. There are other microbes. Also, California is a trans sanctuary state. So,
He made it that.
Hey, maybe your kids could be taken there if they want to transition and you say no, and then the parents will never be able to see their kids again. This is an evil, evil, far, far left person. But the litmus test on the left is you don't despise the Jews enough. And even if you completely disagree with his stance on Israel, I would advise those on the left, strategically, keep that guy there because you're not going to get better. And I would just advise those on the right, don't throw out all the wins and the progress and be like the left. Watch them do the opposite. You're going to see this with some other people, by the way. Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, Newsom. By the way, it looks like AOC is probably going to be the Democrat nominee. That's what it's looking like. It looks more and more like that every day. Guess what? She's going to have to moderate herself nationally, and people will say that she was a fraud. This is what happens.
They're already pissed off at her that she hasn't come out in support of the DSA wins enough.
I know.
For New York.
I know. This is what happens, right? Communists, revolutionaries, they end up failing. The pioneers end up failing their own party, their own revolution's purity test. This is actually written about as far back, many, many times, but 1793, the journalist Jacques Mallet Dupin, I don't know how you say it in English, Jacques Mallet Dupin.
That's not very good.
How dare you? You son of a...
He wrote, like Saturn, revolutions devour their children. That's the left. And make no mistake, this administration, Donald Trump, this is revolutionary for American politics. It's revolutionary in that it is a return to our revolutionaries. It's far closer to our founding fathers than the Jeb Bushes of the world, than the Rhinos of the world, than the Mitt Romneys, the John McCains, the George W. Bushes, the choices that we had in the past. Don't devour our own, because then these people win. Also, if you are a conservative, we've talked about this before, I know you need to fight like hell, but I would not stay in a place like California or New York. Speaking of AOC, you probably don't want to set your roots down there. Oh, you're still here? And you're still watching this on YouTube? You've probably noticed something is missing by now. I'm not here. That's because the Live Daily Show is now streaming exclusively on Rumble weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. Tune in there, where nothing is censored.